Hey everybody, this is Mike Gennard with CloudPoint Geospatial. Today I wanted to walk you through some new SignOps functionality. This was released in spring of 2022. This is the Signs in Stock Audit functionality. And basically what this is going to allow us to do is to take the signs that we've kind of got in our inventory. Those are signs that we have entered as purchases into SignOps and that we've also assigned a barcode number to. That have not yet gone out into the field. So they may be sitting on a shelf somewhere in the garage building, just kind of waiting in storage to go out and be assigned to an assembly out in the field. This is for organizations that may have a large number of those signs and kind of just want to keep track of what they've got currently in stock, ready to go out into the field. So we're going to be able to find and access this functionality. If I come here into the SignOps homepage, I'm going to go to the Sign Shop tab up here at the top. And just to kind of take a look at these signs here real quick, we can take a look at the signs in stock. I'm currently using a test organization here called My Agency. We can see we've got a large number of signs here under this demo organization that are currently in stock. So again, these are the signs that have been entered as purchases and assigned a barcode number. So if I come down here, you can see I've got 132 of these signs that meet this specific criteria. And you may or may not have this many or more or fewer in your organization that are currently in stock, but it's never a good or never a bad idea, so to speak, to kind of keep track of what signs you have in stock ready to go out into the field should you need to put them out there. So the way that we're going to initiate our audit is back in the sign shop. Instead of choosing the signs in stock, we're going to go right here, signs in stock audit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that. It's going to initiate my audit window here. So over time, we could have a number of audits that we could perform on a kind of an annual basis, or every 2 years, that kind of a thing. Whatever your organizational standard may be, we can kind of follow that and create our audits here, have our whole history of our audits, and it's all kept track of right here. So what I'm going to do to start a new audit is I'm going to come up here to the top. I'm going to click this button right here, Initiate Audit. It's going to ask me for a name and a description. In the name, I'm just going to call it Audit with today's date. I'm going to provide a brief description here. All right, so once I've got a name and a description populated here for my audit, I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And now it's created an audit here for me to go back and kind of populate signs into my audit. So what I'm going to do to kind of begin the audit functionality, once I've created it here, I'm just going to click on the edit icon. And it's going to pull up a couple different things here for me. First, right off the bat, it's going to want me to start scanning barcodes. So to scan some barcodes here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of simulate what this may look like. You'll have your scanner, whether that be your tablet or a handheld scanner device connected to a desktop or tablet. You'll have that at the ready, and you'll kind of just pull up the signs kind of off the shelf, or you could go right up to the shelf and start just kind of scanning away. And once a sign has been scanned here, I'm going to go ahead and punch in a barcode. That's going to add that sign to my audit. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to scan a couple more signs so we can kind of get a small running list here. And this will be something that you can do pretty quickly, depending on how many signs you have in stock. This can be accomplished fairly quickly. So I just punched in about 5 signs there in about 30 seconds or so. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the next tab over called Audited Signs. If I pop that open here, you can see I've got the 5 signs that I just punched in the tag IDs for. So these are going to be signs that have, again, been entered. I've scanned them, and they are now accounted for in my Audited Signs, again, from the list of the signs that are in stock. The next thing I can do here is I can also kind of play around with this a little bit. I can show or hide additional columns of data pertaining to these specific signs, and I can even download a report here of my audited signs, and that will give me a list output in a CSV file format that I can then take into Excel and kind of dig into a little bit more in there if desired. The next tab I wanted to take a look at is the next one up here called Missing Signs. Now, this is going to be a comprehensive list of the signs that are, again, in stock, that, again, have been entered as purchases and assigned a barcode, but they have not yet been scanned by myself in the auditing process. So this is going to come in handy to show me the signs that once I've maybe finished scanning all the signs that are currently sitting on my shelf, this is going to be the list of signs that I have not yet scanned, and it's going to give me a kind of a running list of the signs that are not accounted for in my organization. So from there, you can kind of take some action to either further locate these signs, or we can do some additional follow-up later on with these signs. But you can see here's going to be the running list minus the 5 that I have scanned and have been accounted for. So what we can do here is we can also, at any point, continue to scan signs back into the inventory. And if I can also go back to the sign shop here, I go to the Signs in Stock Audit. If I come back to the specific audit, I can always do so later on. If I'm not able to complete an audit at kind of a one-time, like at one time, I can come back to this audit later down the road and kind of pick up where I left off, continue scanning signs. Once an audit has been completed, and once you've scanned all the signs within your, your garage that are sitting out on the shelf in the shop, you can go ahead and click this button up here at the top called Complete Audit. So once that audit has been completed, I can go back into my audit that I had just completed, and I can see the entire list of audited signs here. Now what happens is when you complete an audit, any signs that you did not enter into your inventory, so all of those 100-something signs we did not include in our audited signs portion while the audit was still ongoing before we completed it, those signs that had not been audited are now retired out of the inventory, since technically by the end of your audit, if you don't have your signs there in the shop, you no longer have them there for one reason or another, they're going to be retired out of your signs in stock list, and now will only live in the retired signs report here in your organization. So that is kind of the audit, signs in stock audit workflow. Now you can see, again, we can always go back into this audit. We have the list of audited signs here. The ones that did not get scanned, again, are retired. And if I come all the way down here, go to my next page, you can see the ones we did hit are located within our inventory as well. So that's kind of the audit functionality, and we're really excited to have this rolled out and available to our clients. Thanks so much for watching.